Thousands of illegal immigrants, most of them children, coming out of countries in Central America, and the federal government has not stopped it, period. Greg Abbott, the Attorney General in Texas, he's live in Austin. And, sir, good morning to you and welcome back here to America's Newsroom. These pictures break your heart, and you really feel for these kids. But what are you doing as a state now to respond?
Well, we do feel for the kids and the families. However, we do have an obligation to ensure that the people of Texas and the United States are kept safe. There are about 1,000 arrests made on a daily basis on average of people who are coming here illegally. What I did last week was I made an appeal to Jay Johnson, the Secretary of Homeland Security, for the resources that are needed to secure the border. And then I spoke with the Assistant Secretary and basically got the feeling that it would be months before they were able to help out in securing the border. So Texas is not going to wait any longer. And yesterday we announced that we are providing the funding that is needed to the Texas Department of Public Safety to implement what's called a surge operation. This is something that we've done many times, and this is going to put boots on the ground, airplanes in the air, boats on the water that will do a significantly superior job of securing the border to stop the flow of so many people coming into the country illegally.
Wow, so this is interesting. You appeal to the federal government. You're getting no help right now, or at least if they do send you help, it's going to take a long time. So you're deploying your Department of Public Safety on the border, right, along the Rio Grande? Now, but what are you doing? How will you stop people from coming? How do you get that message out? And what do you do with the illegals who do make it across into your state?
A couple of things that are very important that you touched upon. One is that because the Department of Public Safety has done this before, they have proven to be very effective at stopping illegal immigration whenever they do have the ability to have the boots on the ground and the other assets in the area. And they are going to deploy a substantial amount of forces along the sectors of the Rio Grande that will stop the greatest flow of illegal immigration here. The problem is that the Border Patrol is tied up doing other activities, and therefore they don't have the ability to deal with this. But the other thing that you touched upon that's so important to highlight, and that is what's going to stop the flow here.
Yeah, what?
The reason why we have the flow coming here is because of the message that Washington, D.C. has sent to people outside of the country, and that message is that they are not going to stop the flow across the border, and conversely, they are going to accept people who are coming across the border and begin to implement them.
Why is that acceptable? Why does Washington allow this to happen?
Well, it's incomprehensible, Bill, because the message clearly, we've heard from the people who have come into this country and they walk straight up to a Border Patrol agent and turn themselves in. And the Border Patrol agents say, why are you doing this? And they say because they heard on advertisements in Guatemala, in Honduras, in El Salvador, that they are not going to be sent back. Now, think about this one context. Nobody has ever said this before. Think about the people who are waiting as we speak to come and immigrate into the United States legally. And here they see all these thousands of people on a daily basis coming here illegally. What kind of impression does that give to those who are following the rule of law to be a legal immigrant to the United States?
I think
it completely turns the rule of law on its head.
That's a great point. I've only got a minute left. I've got to run through a number of things. How many patrol agents will you send there, first of all?
Well, we don't want to be specific about that publicly.
Is it hundreds or thousands?
It will be in the hundreds range.
Okay, now, but once you apprehend, I apologize for interruptions, a bit of delay in the satellite. I've got to rush for time. Once you apprehend illegals, do you send them back? What do you do?
We have to arrest them, then turn them over to ICE or to the Border Patrol. That's what the law requires.
Well, and then but does that mean they go home? In other words, you have to send the message back to Guatemala that the United States is not going to tolerate this, and that will stop the stream. Will that happen?
Well, it depends. I mean, if it concerns people from countries that are not contiguous to the U.S., there's one policy. Our goal is going to be to go after the smugglers, the traffickers, the cartel members, all the most violent aspects of the people who are coming here illegally and clamp down on them.
Now, we're going to stay in touch with you. I know it's costing you money, too, so we'll be in touch with you. And you're also worried about these deadly gangs that can cross over to gangs like the MS-13 that we'll explore next time. Thank you, sir, for your time today. Greg Abbott, Attorney General in Austin, Texas. Martha.